So picture this. You're tracking your calories, you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to create a calorie deficit. You've got to about 7, 8 p.m. at night, you realise you're literally on track to hitting your calorie target. You get a little bit peckish, you eat some chocolate, you scan it on the barcode and you realise, oh shit, that takes me over my calorie target. Now what do you do with that? Now there's a lot of people out there who would actually ignore that chocolate and not actually track it for fear of going over their calories. But let me make this clear. Just because you've not tracked it doesn't mean that you've actually not intaken it. Now what you've done is you've manipulated data to best suit your desired outcome. If you do this, then it's no surprise that by the end of the week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks of continuously doing it, that you haven't made any progress. And deep down, you probably know that, you probably understand that, because there's that little voice in your head that's saying, if I don't log it, then it didn't happen. Or even more specific, oh no, you've gone over your calories, you've fucked up. But as I said, just because you've not logged it doesn't mean that you've not intaken it. You've basically lied to yourself in order to manipulate a desired outcome. This is the reason as to why you're not making progress. Because remember, calorie tracking isn't a solution, it's just a tool. It's a tool to produce data. Because if you look at your calories over the course of the week and you notice on certain days you're more likely to go above your calorie target and therefore not in a calorie deficit, then what you can do is you can step back and you can say to yourself, why have I gone over my calorie intake? Is it because I'm not eating enough protein? Is it because I'm not eating enough fruits and vegetables? Is it because I'm not eating enough meals? You can sit back and you can actually manage that data a little bit better. Even though you have gone over your calories, you can actually start putting steps in place to try and ensure that that doesn't happen again. Because what can be measured can be managed. If you're actively refusing or ignoring certain foods and certain calorie values in order to produce a specific outcome that you want, then that is inaccurate data. And you can't manage inaccurate data. You can't put steps in place for inaccurate data. You can't account for inaccurate data. If you've gone over your calories, then despite the fact that you may have gone over the calories, that is still accurate data and it's something that you can actually work with. Kind of reminds me of Oppenheimer. Now Oppenheimer was the guy that basically invented the nuclear bomb. And if he had to work with inaccurate data, then there's a very, very high chance that we wouldn't be here right now. He would have caused the apocalypse to happen. So he needed his data to be 100% accurate to the tiniest of degree. Because he knew that if he got accurate data, despite the fact that that accurate data wasn't portraying a decent outcome, then he could actually manage it a little bit better and start putting steps in place to ensure that that doesn't happen. Remember, data is data. You may as well give accurate data which doesn't produce the desired outcome, because then you can actually work on it and see what's going wrong, rather than inaccurate data and begin lying to yourself, ultimately not resulting in the progress that you want. So don't ever feel the need to lie to MyFitnessPal or lie to your PT or lie to your coach about the amount of calories that you're intaking, because going over your calories but actually logging it is a good thing, because we can actually pinpoint where you're going wrong and start putting steps in place to help with that. Getting inaccurate data, which is just manipulated to what you think that you want to see, is not going to help anyone, because we could potentially start putting steps in place which you don't need to start applying. But if we take a step back and think, right, you've gone over your calories Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, we can then think, why has that happened, and begin actually helping you. Or if you're doing it on your own, you can actually start to begin helping yourself. So don't lie to MyFitnessPal, because it's not going to help anybody out. Be accurate, even if that accuracy isn't what you want to see, and then you can actually start making progress. Trust me. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like. If you've got any questions, feel free to comment below, because I'd be more than happy to answer them. And if you want to catch the next one, make sure that you're either following me or subscribe to me. Peace.